Good boy. When you handle the leash,
good buddy.
When we're doing the stuff on the table, all right, when you're handling the leash, you're handling what you need. You don't need to put the whole thing in your hand. And a lot of times people have a tendency to do this. All right? Don't do that. All right? He'll go home with the appropriate equipment. And basically all you need to do is learn, if you control the leash, you can control the dog. The e-collar is set up so that the LED faces you. You hold it in your right hand, off, off. Take your hands off of him, off. Because if you're reinforcing that behavior by touching him, he's just saying, you like it when I do this, okay? So when you correct, it's hands off. The hands mean good things. And he doesn't quite get that when you're pushing on him that that's a bad thing. He kind of thinks it's cool. And, you know, okay, let's wrestle. This is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. When you handle the e-collar, LED display faces you. That way you can see where you're at. The dial on the top controls the stimulation level. The index finger is on the black button. The middle finger is on the red button. We ignore the T button completely. All right? So basically that way you can toggle between the two. Now, the red button, the way it's set up, actually, I'm going to change that. There we go. The way it's set up is the black button is momentary, 1/10 of a second.
The red
button is continual.
Right.
Okay? So basically we're not going to sit there and fry him for 10 whole seconds, but we are going to make that 1/10 of a second a little bit longer if he's rolling through it, before we roll through the dial. I'm going to mention the pager function because he doesn't like it. He wigs out.
Okay.
Most dogs do. If you have to use it, you're using it as a disruptor, but he'll gator roll. He freaks out that bad. The e-collar stim doesn't bother him anywhere near as much as the pager function does. So if he's really being a jerk, you can bang him with that, although I wouldn't recommend it. Sit. Good. We're on about an 8. The here exercise is very easy. Here means right here. We face each other, you look at me. All right? One command does it all. Here. Good. Very nice. When we are practicing the here command before we transition to the table, we always start, or before we transition to the ground, we always start on the table. You move in opposition to the dog. If I represent 6 o'clock and he is facing my 5 o'clock position, I move to the left. If he's facing my 7 o'clock position, I move to the right. I'm not going to necessarily bring him with me when I go. I'm going to tap him to me, but the shortness of the leash is going to prevent him from doing anything else. Stop. So when I go to move, I'm going to catch him when he's right. He's facing me, only then do I tell him to sit. Make sense? So it looks like this. Leave it. Leave it. And again, there we go. He's blowing me off on momentary. Sit. Good. All right, prime example. Now he's facing away from my 6 o'clock position. I step to my left, here, tap as I go, sit. Good, no. That's right. Now, he's still a little off, but I'm going to give him that. Okay? Good boy. Let's go. So, to cast him away from you is kennel. Okay? Kennel. Here. Sit. Good, good. Very nice. I'm going to pay that off because it was beautifully rendered. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over to you. So don't worry about the stuff on the ground. It's a leash. You can step on it. There we go. With your left hand on the leash.
Good buddy.
Man, it's hot out here.
It is. Ranger here.
Good,
Oh
good.
boy. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So go back to your left. Left, left.
No.
Your other left. There you go. Here.
My other left.
Yeah.
Here.
And when you go around the table, don't turn and walk away from the dog because this visual image means something else.
Okay.
This visual image means one thing. This visual image means we move together. And that, what people don't realize is that actually is more important to the dog. A lot of times when people do this table work and they turn sideways to walk around it, the dog just starts following them and heel. Okay, so we want to make sure that we keep that correct physical display available. Now, because he's facing Peter, you're going to move to your right. Here, tap.
Ranger here.
Sit.
Sit.
Okay, good.
Here.
There you go.
Sit.
Good job.
Good buddy.
Good
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
don't
boy.
pay him off every single time.
Okay.
Okay, make them work. Dogs are the only animals on the face of the planet that will work harder for less. Keep them guessing, because there's going to come a time when you require that he do something, and he's not going to do it because there's no food on you.
Heel.
Okay, we've been using Let's Go because
Let's go.
he has apprehensions with heel.
Kennel.
Direct pressure.
Kennel.
Direct pressure with your leash.
Come on.
Help him up.
There we go. Good one. Sit.
Good. Now, you see what's happening with your leash hand?
Yep.
It's traveling. Keep it still.
All right.
All right, we don't want it moving a whole lot because we want the e-collar to provide his input. All right, we're not correcting him for being bad.
No.
All right, we're compelling him to move and make better choices. All right, let's take him off the table and give him some water. It's over there. Right over here in the corner.
Oh, come.
Let's go.